Hello! Okay, so before we get started, I just want to let you know that I have been dreaming about making this series for way too long. And I'm so excited to finally be sharing it with you today. Okay, so over the next 4 weeks, I'm going to be sharing information, tips and tools to help you build your online store. Each week, I'll present you with one part of my 4-part framework that I use to build online stores. Firstly, hello and welcome. If you're new around here, my name's Alicia and I'm passionate about helping you build, launch and grow your online store so that you can build a business and life you love. Sounds like your jam? Well, let's get into the good stuff. Okay, so if you've found this video, I'm guessing you've typed in something like how to start an online store into the YouTube search bar and you found this video. So firstly, welcome, and secondly, I'm so excited that I'm going to be able to help you today. So before we get into the juicy info, I just want to clear a few things up. So if you're anything like most people starting something new, especially when it comes to starting something new online, you might have a few things that are holding you back. A few pesky self-doubts and limiting beliefs that are stopping you from even starting. Have you ever heard yourself say, starting an online store is way too much work. It'll take up too much time for my family. It's too hard to start an online store. I can't afford to start an online store. I'm not techie. I'm not creative. I don't have the skills to create an online store. It'll never make enough money. What about nobody will ever buy anything from my online store? Well, I'm here to tell you that building an online store doesn't have to be so daunting. Building your online store with Shopify takes less time than you think, and you don't have to be a web developer or know code to create an amazing looking online store. With the information you'll find in this series, you'll find that creating your online store can be fun, easy, and a great way to earn additional income for you and your family. So are you ready to dive on into the first part of this framework? So let's start off with defining your business brand. So the first step to creating your online store is to define your customer avatar. So this is listed as the very first step for good reason, as it's the most important step you need to take before you even start creating your online store. Before you take any further action in your online store or any other business model for that matter, you want to make sure you know who you're selling to. By understanding your ideal customer avatar, you can create a product that they want to buy, you can direct certain messaging to them that will resonate with them, and it ensures that they're excited to buy your product before you even launch your online store. So how do you identify your customer avatar? So what you want to do is you want to ask certain questions that relate to your ideal customer avatar. Some of their questions might be, what's their age? What's their gender? What are their interests? Where do they like to hang out online? How much money do they make per year? What brands do they love? What's their reason for purchasing your product? Questions like these can help you understand who your customer avatar is and help you produce a brand and product that they want to buy. So in step 2 for this first part of the framework, you want to identify your product niche. So once you've identified who you're selling to, you want to identify then what you're going to sell them. So for example, your ideal customer might be a young female in her mid-20s and she's recently decided to go vegan. She goes to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. She's looking to lose weight while also gaining some muscle, and she's looking for the perfect treat to have after her workout. So with this information, you've identified who you're selling to and what they want. Now all you need to do is figure out the perfect product that they would want to buy. This product could look something like a chocolate and coconut plant-based protein ball. Okay, now in step 3, you want to identify your business name or your online store name. So now that you know who you're selling to and what you're selling, now comes the fun part, picking the perfect name for your online store. For this step, I would recommend getting out a pen and notebook and just brainstorming and jotting down anything that comes to your mind. But while you're doing this, make sure you have your customer avatar just in the back of your mind so that you don't steer off track. So once you have your store name in mind, you want to lock it in. And you can do this by going to a business name register and first just checking to make sure that the business name is available, and second, locking it down so nobody else can take that name. Okay, now in step 4, we want to organize our mood board and basic branding. If you design and create your own handmade products, then you most likely have the skills to create your basic branding and your branding assets. However, if you lack the skills or confidence to create your branding, no problemos, amigo, as this is where a freelancer will come in handy. Just search on sites like Upwork or Fiverr to find a graphic designer to help you out. I would suggest sending them details about your ideal customer avatar and your product so they have a better understanding of what will suit your business. And depending on how much they charge and how much you pay them will depend on the quality of the branding assets that they provide you. However, as a minimum, I would recommend getting a custom logo, a set of brand colors with a list of the hex codes, and perhaps a recommended font pairing to go with your brand. Okay, in step 5, what we want to do is set up our online store's custom domain. Creating your own custom domain is a very important element in creating a professional online store. A custom domain is a strong signal that you're an established business and a place where customers feel safe purchasing from. Would you trust an online store with a domain that said www.amazingveganproteinballs.myshopify.com? I think not. So what you want to do is you want to register a custom domain that is the exact match, if not very close to, your online store name. Shopify makes it really simple to purchase your own custom domain. Configuration and setup is really quite simple, and they have very competitive pricing. I'll leave a link in the description box below with some further information. And finally, step 6 is to set up your social media accounts. Now that you have your product niche and your branding sorted, it's now time to get social. Now you've got your product niche and your brand sorted, you've got your business name locked in, and you've registered for your custom domain name. Now it's time to set up your social media account to match with your brand. To start with, I would suggest setting up a Facebook page, an Instagram business account, and perhaps a Pinterest business account. Before you even start creating your online store, you can use your social media accounts, which are free to set up by the way, to help drive excitement and anticipation towards the launch of your online store. Don't forget to make sure that the names for your social media account are the exact match, or if not very close to, your business name. Okay, so there we have it, the very first part of this 4-part framework on how to start an online store. So as an overview of what we covered today, you want to identify your ideal customer avatar, you want to choose your product niche, next you want to decide on your business name, then you want to create your mood board and your basic branding, then you want to create your custom domain, and then set up all your social media accounts. If you've dreamed about starting your own online store, then be sure to check out my free starter course, Build Your Online Store. Inside you'll find a 3-part module course with easy to follow step-by-step videos that will show you how to sign up with a free Shopify account, choose, upload and customize your free Shopify theme, and set up your online store ready for you to upload your own products and work towards making that first sale. I'll leave a link to the free course in the description box below. In part 2 of this series, we'll be going through how to pick the perfect product to sell in your online store.